Okay, let's talk about something that almost every business gets wrong: speed. We tend to think of it as just, a nice little bonus. But what if I told you that all the data points to something completely different? That speed isn't just a tactic, it's the whole dang strategy. Let's just start with a number that should really wake you up: 391%. So what on earth is that? Well, according to research, that's how much your lead conversion rate can jump if you respond to a new inquiry in just 1 minute. Not 10 minutes, not 5 minutes, 60 seconds. That one stat, it changes the whole game.
And that 1-minute window, it's part of this bigger idea called the 5-minute rule. Here's how it works. The second a potential customer hits send on that form, a timer starts. And that ticking clock, honestly, it's your biggest competitor.
This right here, this is what we call lead decay. But it's not some gentle slope, it's a cliff. Just look at this timeline. That first minute is everything. It's your peak opportunity. If you can get to them within 5 minutes, you're still 21 times more likely to qualify that lead. But look what happens after that. The odds just plummet. After 30 minutes, that lead isn't just cool, it's ice cold.
And to put an even sharper point on it, check this out. After just 5 minutes, your chance of qualifying that lead drops by 80%. Just think about that for a second. You could have the world's best product, the perfect price, but if you're 6 minutes late to the party, you've pretty much lost before you even started.
So we all agree waiting is bad. But it's not just bad, it's incredibly expensive. So let's actually put some real numbers to this. What does saying, "I'll get to it later," really cost your business in cold, hard cash? Okay, so we just talked about the golden window being 5 minutes, right? So what do you think the average response time for most businesses is? I'll give you a hint. It's not 47 minutes. It's 47 hours. Yeah, almost 2 full days. It's so far past the ideal window, it's almost hard to believe. But that's the industry standard we're dealing with.
And what does that 47-hour delay look like in terms of money? Well, here you go. A business getting just 20 leads a day could be leaving over $500,000 on the table every single year. This isn't monopoly money, folks. This is the direct, calculated cost of being slow.
This chart really tells the whole story, doesn't it? Only 7%, a tiny sliver of companies are actually hitting that critical 5-minute mark. And get this, a whopping 55% take more than 5 days to get back to someone. So you know what? If you're feeling a little discouraged, don't be. This huge gap, this is your opportunity. The bar is set so incredibly low that just by being fast, you immediately join an elite club.
So if losing all those sales wasn't painful enough, there's actually another penalty for being slow. And this one comes from a place you really can't afford to ignore: Google. Yeah, the cost of just waiting around isn't just about lost leads anymore, it's about becoming invisible. Let's break this down a bit. Google is watching your responsiveness everywhere. You're running ads. If you're slow to respond, your ad rank goes down and your costs go up. What about your Google Maps listing? Slow response times can actually bury you in the search results. Even your website's basic SEO is tied to how fast your pages load. Google's logic here is pretty simple. They want to send their users to businesses that are actually going to respond to them, like right now. And it gets even more serious. Google literally has a messaging kill switch. If you've got messaging turned on for your business profile, but you don't respond to people within 24 hours, they can just turn it off. They will actually remove a way for customers to reach you, all because you proved you're not paying attention.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the problem, and the stakes are obviously super high. So now let's flip it and talk about the solution. How do you actually win this race against the clock? Well, it all starts with using the right channels.
When you need to be fast, what you're really doing is fighting for someone's attention. Now, your two main weapons are text messages and email, but they are not created equal. Not even close. Email is formal, it's crowded, it's basically where urgency goes to die. It takes, on average, 90 minutes for someone to even see it. SMS, on the other hand, it's instant, it's personal, and it's seen in about 3 minutes. And the open rates, this says it all. A 98% open rate for text messages versus maybe a 28% open rate for email on a good day. It's not even a fair fight. If you absolutely need your message to be seen, and seen now, text is the clear, undisputed champion.
Your speed strategy has to include your digital front door, right? Your website. Step 1 is making sure it's optimized for mobile, because that's where most people are finding you. Then, you need to add something like live chat to talk to people the second they land on your site. And finally, you have to use automated follow-ups. That way, you stop the clock and make sure no lead ever feels ignored.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. When you decide to make speed your core strategy, it stops being just another thing on your to-do list. It becomes your single greatest competitive advantage.
And the rewards? They're huge. You're going to see more revenue from the exact same marketing budget, which means your cost to get a new customer goes way down. And beyond just the numbers, people will see your brand as more professional, more trustworthy. But maybe the most important thing is you'll be delivering a way better customer experience, which is exactly what people expect these days.
And if you remember nothing else, remember this one stat. Nearly 4 out of 5 buyers end up going with a business that simply gets back to them first. Not always the cheapest, not the one with the biggest name, the fastest. Being first is pretty much the only thing that matters. So I'll just leave you with this thought. Right now, as you're watching this, a potential customer is out there looking for exactly what you sell. They're about to click that Contact Us button. And the only real question is, who's going to answer them first? Is it going to be you? Or is it going to be your competition? Because whoever gets there first wins.